This is like the third time I've tried making this video, so I'm just going to do this one for myself. When I was in high school, a friend of mine, who is the most, to this day, the most creative person that I know, said something that puzzled and perplexed me at the time and still puzzles and perplexes me a little bit today. We were talking about making things, probably like a podcast or a video series or a short film, who knows. And the topic came up of, generally people feel like they create things for themselves. There's, an artistic process, and that gives people fulfillment. And my friend chimed in and said, I don't really buy the whole making things for myself line of thinking. I want my work to be seen, with the implication that work that is meant to be consumed by a mass audience, or that is good and polished enough to be consumed by a mass audience, is worth more, or inherently worth more, than work that brings more creative fulfillment to you. Now, I don't think that my friend feels this way anymore. Absolutely not. We were in high school, for Christ's sakes. And if asked the same question again, would likely have a different answer and likely has a better explanation as to why that thing was said. But it still did stick with me. Bring it up because it kind of connects to something else I had been thinking about recently. Younger people are making way more polished stuff. TikToks, YouTube videos, photos for Instagram, fucking songs for their SoundCloud. There's a level of slick, polished editing that I don't remember seeing when I was younger. So many people who are, in reality, probably just broadcasting to maybe tens, couple of hundred, maybe 1,000 plus people, are creating things that feel like they should be consumed by a mass audience. Not every single thing, of course, but it does feel a bit pervasive. I get the sense that we can't really feel the difference between creating something that only is going to be consumed by our closest family and friends, and something that's going to be on television. The middle ground in between those 2 points has really just disappeared. I wonder how many creative voices we've lost to that "I want my work to be seen by millions" mindset. Because there's a perceived level of skill or polish that needs to be put into a piece of work before you can release it to a mass, wide audience. And that amount of polish or skill kind of piles up on itself and feels like a chore. A lot of people just stop. They don't make anything, or at the very least, they don't share it at all. And I myself have fallen into this same trap. I am incredibly proud of my last video. It's probably one of the best things that I have ever made in my life. I've been mentally framing this video as having to live up to the standards that I have for the last one. Bad thinking. Hey, past self, go fuck yourself. I'm going to make this video, I'm going to release it, and whatever state that it's in, I'm going to be fine with it, because the act of making something that I feel happy enough with and sharing it is fulfillment enough. Maybe only 60 people will see it, maybe only 3, maybe 600. Everyone knows the famous quote, "Comparison is a thief of joy." I'm kind of in that spot right now. All of that being said, I get it. There is some things that people want to release that require a higher level of polish. Nothing wrong with that. But don't think that you need that level to start. Don't try to think that you need that level for every single thing that you make. There are going to be times that your writing sucks, your shots suck, your lighting sucks. I'm not a big fan of this lighting right now. Lower production value isn't inherently bad. Higher production value isn't inherently good. You need to understand that sometimes to be creative at all, it just means making something, finishing something. You're going to make a lot more progress finishing something that sucks than you are working and whittling away at something that could be great, but never sees it through to the finish line. I do also feel like some of this anxiety amongst Gen Z, or the younger generation, to create something or have a higher level of polish is spurred on by the internet itself. There are definitely people online who claim that there are these parameters that need to be met, and if your work doesn't meet those parameters, then it doesn't have merit. You want to make a short film that can be loved, you're going to need shot, counter shot, you're going to need a plot, you're going to need a good beginning, middle, and end, rising action, falling action. You need to hit every single one of these things, or else sorry bud, it's not real art. It's not, worthy of being loved. And often these rules and parameters come from people who haven't actually made anything themselves. It's like they have a map to the forest, right? They've got a map and they're looking at it and they're calling you, who's actually inside the forest, and trying to tell you how to get through it. The advice of the people with the map isn't worthless, but you just need to keep in mind their limitations. Now I'm going to try to edit this and release it all in the same day, so wish me luck.